This is the last of 3 videos in helping you develop this Spanish dictionary application for Android. In our first video, we created this first main activity, and yeah, it actually had a couple menu items. That's all it did. The second one, we actually created this dictionary activity. So when you clicked on this, it would actually bring up the activity for dictionary. Today, we're going to take and develop another activity for multiple choice. It's going to be something like this, and it's going to have you're going to have a Spanish word, and you're going to be able to click on an English word. And let's see, first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to back up our send to compressed, and we're going to take and call this step 2 because our step 2 is finished now, is it? Okay, like that. Wonderful. Go ahead and take and open up your Spanish dictionary. Take and open this up a little bit. Okay, notice we got 2 activities and 1 quiz maker in here. We're going to take one and build one more today, a new activity, and we're going to make this a empty activity. And we're going to call this multiple choice activity, like that. Wait for it, wait for it. Wonderful. Let's take and change the background. We have to do that for each one of these. Okay, our layout. And let's first of all go to our main activity and take and copy that little piece of code out here for the background right there. Copy that, and we're going to put that into our new multiple choice right here like this. Okay, and so now it's all beautiful and orange like that. First thing we're going to do is we're going to add a layout view. Okay, layout views are nice for when you want to put this linear layout view is nice for when you want to take and put a whole bunch of stuff in rows like this. Okay, and then we're going to take and we're going to add a text view like this right there. It automatically does that for us. Okay, and we want this to be text. We're going to name this, okay, text view new underscore word. Okay, I only name the text views if I'm going to do something with them. This one here, for example, when you click on this, it's going to give us a new word. Okay, and then we got to wait for it. Wait for it. I'm trying to change my text here. Wait for it. It's changing a whole bunch of code in the background. There we go. Now we can change it. And we're going to change this to, I put in a curly brace, space, new word, like that. And I'm going to change this to a large font, right there. Okay, and then I want to take it, I want to center it. I want to do a couple different things to it, okay. First of all, we're going to take, I'm going to say gravity. Right there, make sure you get the right gravity. Center like that. And then I'm going to change the color of that, okay, to Android. Color. Text color, I'm sorry. There is equal to a pound. I'm going to make that all, once again, all white. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. Okay, that's a nice white color like that. And then let's go back and look at it. Beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Let's take and put some space in there. Add a little space below that, and that's going to be 30 dp, like that. Okay, I'm going to add another text view in here. This one's actually going to show the Spanish word in time. I'm going to call that, oh, come on, text view underscore and Spanish word like that. And for now, I'm going to take it. We're going to code this later on, okay? For now, I'm going to say Spanish word like that. I'm going to make that large again. Because in time, this isn't going to say Spanish word. It's actually going to say a Spanish word that's going to come out of our database. Okay, now we want to take and add another space in here like that. And let's make this one also 30 dp like that. And then we're going to put a little prompt text view in here right there. And this is going, I'm not going to code this later on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write some text for this, okay? And it's going to say your English choices are colon. Just like that. Okay, it's going to be a prompt, okay? And now we're going to take and we're going to add a button group, okay? You have to add a button group right there. We have to add a button group because that makes all your buttons work together as a group so that when you click on one, the other one goes off, which is what we want. We're going to call this something because we're going to refer to this later on. We're going to call this our radio underscore button underscore group like that. And make sure it takes beautiful. Okay, and now we're going to add a radio button to that group like this. And you're going to take and stretch it up here like this a little bit. Move that bottom up, and then we're going to make this one 50 dp. And we're going to call this one radio button 1. And down here in our text, we're going to say choice. Of course, this is going to be replaced in time with an English word, isn't it? Like that. Okay, and then we're going to go down here to our text view because rather than making each one of those over again, we're just going to take and copy this one and we're going to paste it in here 3 times. Like that. And this is going to say choice 2 like this, and it's actually going to be referred to as radio button 2. This is going to be 3 and radio button 3 and 4 and radio button 4 like that. And now if we go look at it, beautiful. We're all hooked up. Let's add some code to our main activity now that we'll take and load this, okay, this activity. I'm going to copy this from the last one because it's kind of similar to that, but only rather than loading the dictionary activity now, we're going to load our multiple choice. There it is right there, multiple choice activity. Let's go in here and write some code now for our multiple choice activity. First of all, we're going to take and add a global quiz maker like we did with the other one. Just put it right there. That way, any place inside here that we refer to quiz maker, or excuse me, data, the instance of, it will be global. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take and add a method here. This method will take and, make sure you put it right there, okay. This method will take and right here, refresh our multiple choice questions, okay. First of all, we got to fix this right here, this radio. We got to do, as you do this, you're going to have to hit, import classes for all this stuff here. Text view, radio button. Let's see, what do we got here? We got a cheat. Oh, that's right, yeah. I created a global Boolean here. Cheat is equal to true for now. What this will do is if it's true, then it will actually take and it will give it, let's see, it will show the Spanish word, and it will also show you the the answer behind it. It makes it a little easier for you to work on it for now. Looks like I got a little error in here. This should actually be data. Make this data. Okay, now we'll fix that little error for you. This right here, evidently we got this different. Oh yeah, that's right. I got to put underscore in here like this. Okay, beautiful. And then everything all works. Once again, what this method will do is when we call this later on, it'll take and put all new question or a new Spanish word in there and give us all the new multiple choice English words that we need. I got one more little method here that we need to type in. What this does is it actually takes and checks to see if the radio buttons are checked or not. Like that. There is actually a method within Android Studio that does check this, but I had trouble with it because it only checks it before, I don't know, had to do with before or after you actually click the button. Okay, now let's take and start making our I gotta stop there and catch my breath a minute. When we run this refresh multiple choice, it automatically looks out there and says, okay, is data null? In other words, have I not created a new instance of my quiz maker yet? If it is null, then go ahead and do it. If not, then we don't have to do it. Okay? So that takes care of creating all of the new quiz maker for us. What we want to do now is that when they take and create, okay, when we create that, what we want to do is we want to take and refresh, okay, our multiple choice questions. And so when the activity first starts up, it will take and put a brand new random Spanish word in there and 4 multiple choice answers. Next thing we want to do is we want to create a listener to our radio group, okay? That also goes in our on create. So right here, here's a big chunk of code you're going to have to type in for me. Okay, and once again, we have an underscore issue here, right there like that. Okay, and this will create a link, first of all, to our radio group, and then we'll put a listener out there so that if someone clicks on one of those items, okay, this will happen. Next thing we're going to do, if it is clicked, we're going to create this. We're going to create this toast, okay? And once again, we have to alt enter for that. Don't worry about this else for now, okay? Because we're going to be taking and adding some more code in there in just a moment. And the next thing we're going to do is one more big old chunk of code here. If it is correct, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to say if it is correct, if the actual the radio button text that you selected, if that is actually equal to the data.answer, then go ahead and make this toast string correct, and that is equal to this. I added this section of code in here. It's called an additional thread. What happened is that you were replacing the, you're refreshing the radio button so fast that you hardly noticed it. What this does is actually puts a little pause in there for you so that when you have a correct answer, it will say yes, correct, and it'll say I'm replacing the, refreshing the multiple choice, and then it'll wait for a minute and then it'll actually do it. So it kind of gives you a moment for you to react to it, okay? And I'm not going to get into this for now, okay? But check online. To run a pause, you actually have to take and run an additional thread to do that. And then we got one more piece of code in here. we want to do is we want to add one more listener. Okay, I want to add one more listener that if the person clicks on a new word, okay, that actually gives them a new word. And once again, we don't have view here. We have to take and import that yet. Like that, okay. And so what happens is when they click on new word, it will actually take and create a new word for us, okay, by running this multiple or refresh multiple choice. Hopefully yours works. If not, check the code really close. We did a lot of kind of weird code in here today, okay? If you got any questions, please email me with your questions and I'll answer them as soon as I can. Hopefully you enjoyed this and learned something for it, and maybe if you really enjoy it, maybe it sparked an interest in continuing your Android app development.